Hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review, and today we're going to be doing Batman City of the Owls. Take a look at this comic cover right here. Now, Batman City of the Owls is technically considered the second volume in the New 52 Batman material. But wait, Andrew, didn't you say that Night of the Owls, which was released not too long after Core of the Owls, is considered the second volume in the New 52 Batman material? Technically, in a way? See, I have an odd feeling that Night of the Owls should have been released sometime after City Owls was released, because the actual order goes, ready? Core of the Owls, which is Volume 1, as you can see there, a nice number 1. Then it goes City of the Owls, which is a nice number 2. And then Night of the Owls, which is nothing. In addition to that, this is basically what I said Night of the Owls should have been. It is a direct continuation with no interruptions from any crossovers of the Batman Core of the Owls story. So, without any further ado, let's actually get into the story itself, talk about it, then go into the good, the bad, whether or not you should get it, and a final analysis of Scott Snyder's first epic New 52 Batman story. So, here we go. City Owls consists of issues number 8 through 12 of Batman and also the annual, which you can pick up in Night of the Owls, but it doesn't really matter. You can get it in here too. And basically, Bruce Wayne has made it out of the clutches of the talons, or the claws, or the whatever you want to call it, of the Court of the Owls. And see, he's pissed. Oh, is Bruce pissed? Bruce wants to take down the Court of the Owls for what they did to him. But in addition to that, the Court of the Owls wants to take down Batman because, see, he's the first and really only victim to ever escape the Court of the Owls. I guess if you don't count Calvin Rose, but he's not part of the story, so don't worry about it. So, anyways, it is Batman versus the Court of the Owls. Who will come out on top? Who will win? And what startling revelation from Bruce's past will come back to haunt him? Something not he nor any of the readers would ever expect. Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good. City of the Owls again continues that fantastic 11-issue run of Batman that told the Court of the Owls story. And you really get to see a very proactive Bruce in this, a very proactive Batman, where we had a very big deconstruction of the Batman in this, in Night of the Owls, or Court of the Owls, where we really saw him break down as an individual, and we saw the God Bat himself become vulnerable and on the verge of insanity and breaking down. It's good to see Bruce back, better than ever. You know, to quote Nightwing, Batman is most dangerous when his back is to the wall, when his resources are scarce, and when he's mad. And that's the case. Bruce is the most dangerous once you start pushing him, because the more you push him, the more he'll push back. And we get to see that in the City of the Owls, which is great. The final fight scene and revelation is something that I never saw coming. And the great thing is for all you people out there that are a little skeptic of it, it fits well into continuity before and after the New 52. I don't want to give anything away for people that haven't read this story yet, but again, it does take from the mythos of Batman because this has happened before the New 52 in a small way. But if you do your research, you will find it. So there's a nice revelation at the end. Bruce is in complete character in this, and there's enough left hanging that the Court of the Owls can be used at any point in the DC universe. But at the same time, there's closure in it, knowing that despite whatever Batman goes through, he's still Batman, and that's important. Bad. Well, the revelation at the end was great. The final fight could have been a little bit more of a mix-up, a little bit more of a brawl. It was a lot of preachiness to Bruce, which is all well and good. The preachiness was nice, but it would have been nice to see a little bit more of a boom, boom, boom. A lot of dragging around, for lack of a better term. I'm not saying it's bad by any means, but I would have liked to see a little bit more of action go on there. That, and right after this big Court of the Owls, Night of the Owls, big event that happens, reading this book, you kind of go, so wait, he goes straight from being attacked by several members of the Court of Owls to having them all be defeated? Uh, it feels as though the court itself is taken down all too easily and all too quickly, and it's really the big revelation at the end that Bruce has to fight. Doesn't mean that the Court of Owls is necessarily gone or dead. We do know that it still exists in the New 52 after the story, but it felt as though it was taken down a little too quickly and easily. At least after the home invasion that Bruce Wayne has. Whether or not you should get it. I'm going to review this individual book along with the other volumes that go with it, because it's only fair. This is the second half to a main story. So, with these two stories together, City of the Owls and Court of the Owls, Volume 1 and 2, together, these are some of the best, most exciting new stories to come from the New 52 and from Batman. It keeps you guessing, and I think that's a very important thing with comics these days. A lot of times, comics go back to the status quo. They do a lot of stories and rehashes. But Court of the Owls feels very new, very fresh, and whether you liked the idea or you didn't, you have to admit, none of this you could really see coming. And the great thing about this story, in addition to it being a well-written story, a very well-written story, with a lot of ups and downs, twists and turns, is that, well, it got people talking. There was tons of fan speculation on what would happen. Things ranging from Dick Grayson turning evil to Alfred getting killed. From Thomas Wayne coming back and the murder of the Waynes actually being based off the Court of the Owls, to Bruce Wayne actually being a member of the Court of the Owls. So much fan speculation in some of the most extremes and some of the more interesting. At the end of it, I don't think we saw any of it coming. The big twist at the end, I don't think anybody saw coming. And that's what made it so delightful and fun. And I'm interested to see if Scott Snyder picks up and plays with the Court of the Owls again. He said his story with the Court of the Owls is done for now, but there's always an opportunity that he might pick it up again and play around with it. He's just happy that he's made some toys for the toy box for other writers to play with, as we've seen with James Talion doing stories with Talon, and seeing many members of the Court of the Owls in their stories being sprinkled over titles such as Nightwing, Birds of Prey, to say the least, and even other stories like Catwoman and Batgirl. So, on a whole, these two stories together, 5 out of 5. Fantastic stories. The good incredibly outweighs the bad, from the fantastic art to the great story to how the characters are portrayed to the situations Bruce is put in. Now, if you want to get the complete full collection, by all means pick up the Night of the Owls. There are a few issues in this that get rehashed from the City of the Owls. Like issues, I think, 8 and 9 of Batman, and then the annual. I could be wrong on exactly what, but a few of the issues get rehashed in this. But in saying that, if you want to get the complete Core of the Owls experience, get all 3. If you want the main story itself, get Volume 1 and 2. But on a whole, I'm thoroughly impressed and I thoroughly enjoyed these stories, and they should be picked up by all people, not only looking to get into DC Comics, but looking to get into Batman. It really is a great jumping on point, and you don't need to know anything about Batman going into this, other than the fact that he's Batman. So with that said, I'm going to end this review here. This is Andrew saying, peace out for now.